Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of Buzz. I'm your host, Brad, the founder and chief buzz officer at Dentainment. And we have a special guest to welcome back to the pod, Brad Braman of Empowered Dentists. What's up, buddy?
Brad, I'm doing well. Thank you. How is yourself today?
Doing fantastic, man. What have you been up? Great to see you a few weeks ago in LA filming with Dr. Morris.
Oh
That was a
man,
blast, huh?
that was so much fun. I think we ought to do that every month. That was fantastic.
Well, I was serious about my idea having like a mastermind and getting together because it's so fun and inspiring getting together with colleagues and friends and just talking ideas and creativity and challenges and all this stuff. So I'm serious. Well, monthly might be difficult to kind of coordinate travel, but I
Yeah,
am
that would be.
100% in for a quarterly mastermind get together. 100%.
I think we should do it. I really do. Let's when we're done recording this, let's nail that down. Let's do it. And then, you can shoot it out to all your clients. I'll shoot it out to mine. Um, and all the people, maybe they're not clients yet. Let's put something like this together. I think it'd be a ton of fun. And you like nice places, I like nice places. Let's go do something nice in a nice place to help some nice people.
I agree. And a lot of people out there, I'm sure people listening and some of our clients are in masterminds already. And I know it's been hugely successful for them to have these mastermind groups and, um, meet on a regular basis. So it's a game changer. Speaking of game changer, I know you get up super early and have a really powerful morning routine. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about on today's episode. Around what time do you get up daily and how do you think this impacts your overall day after that and kind of just productivity and clarity and energy?
Let me start with how I kind of arrived at this seemingly ridiculous um, hour to arise. Uh, so I started going to CrossFit about, gosh, 8 years ago now. And I kind of got to be friends with some people there, and as you do in a gym. And I this one dude kind of kept showing up, and I noticed him near my house a couple of times. And I thought, man, maybe this guy's a neighbor. Maybe he lives close by. So anyway, I asked him once, "Hey, Steve, where do you live?" And he told me, and sure enough, he lives like three doors down from me. And so we started. I was going to the 6:30 a.m. workout, which I got to get up at 6. That's pretty easy. Most people do that. Um, but he was at the 5:30 class every morning. And I thought, oh man, I don't know if I can make 5:30. That's awfully early. All right, so fine. So just strangely, right about then, for some cosmic reason, my dog starts waking me up at 4:30 because she is just bound and determined it's breakfast time. Oh man, all right, fine. And get up, peel the sleep out of my eyes, go down and push the coffee maker button and feed my dog, take her out to go to the bathroom, and come back up and go to bed for an hour. And then one day Steve said, "Hey, you want to start coming to the 5:30 class? You drive one week, I'll drive the next week." And I thought, well, shoot, I'm up anyway. I might as well. What the heck? Because I never really slept that last hour anyway. It was just kind of a waste of time rolling
Right.
around in bed. And so I thought, all right, fine, I'll try it. And long story short, now I wake up at 4:30, no alarm, no nothing, get up, feed my dog like I've always done, and take her out. And then Steve and I jump in the car and go to the gym. And so that's kind of how it evolved into the 4:30. And yeah, you got to go to bed a little earlier. You can't be dinking around on Facebook and, scrolling through Instagram all night. You hit the sack and go to bed. Put your phone in the closet and turn it off. And you wake up, get yourself one of those old-fashioned alarm clocks if you really need one. And then so what has it done for me? So by starting the day, first of all, this is key. So I learned this from a guy named Robin Sharma in his book 5 a.m. Club.
Mhm.
So we decided today that we're going to one up Robin Sharma's 5 a.m. Club, and we're going to start doing the 4:30 Club.
That's
Uh,
hilarious.
which by the way, the 5 a.m. Club is a phenomenal book. And that's what got me thinking about find some joy in getting up at 4:30. And what are some of the things that I enjoy about getting up at 4:30? Well, I get to see the sunrise no matter what time of the year it is. We live about the 45th parallel. So in the wintertime, the sun doesn't come up till 7, somewhere around there. In the summertime, it's up at 5:30. Um, so anyway, I get to see the sunrise every day. I get to start the day with the most excited dog you have ever met in your life. I get to make my coffee. It's quiet. There's no distractions. Go outside, nothing going on. It's just peaceful.
Yeah.
And somehow starting the day with a really calm, peaceful environment and an excited dog, that helps.
The best.
It just sets the tone for the day. It sets the tone for a little bit of excitement, some fun, something to look forward to, as my dog obviously looks forward to all night, breakfast. Um, and then I get to jump in the car with somebody who's actually become a very close friend. And we go to the gym. So instead of begrudging getting up at 4 o'clock, 4:30, oh God, here we go again. No, now I get up with a lot of gratitude and anticipation. I get to hang out with some friends. I get a great workout in. I get to see the sunrise, and watching the sunrise is key. That's we should address that on another podcast, Brad. Write that down if you don't mind. I'm
Okay.
going to. Yeah, I think watching the sunrise is a big deal. Anyway, so start your day with gratitude. Find something about the beginning of your day that is pleasant for you. And if there isn't something, create it. Maybe it's reading a book. Maybe it's just looking at the beautiful trees outside. Whatever it is, just make sure it does not involve an electronic device of any sort. So that's the other thing. I don't pick up my phone until I have come back from the gym, taken a shower, had my breakfast, then I look at my phone. Don't start the day with news. Leave the television off. Leave your phone off. Just start the day with yourself and maybe a loved one or a dog and a dog.
Yeah.
And don't get dragged off into somebody else's negative, nasty world of everything that's wrong. Just start the day with yourself. So that's pretty much it. Find some gratitude and start the day in a manner that is pleasing for you. And I'm not talking about dopamine hit pleasing like you get from Facebook or Instagram or some other form of let's call it quote unquote entertainment, which we all know it's not. But leave that stuff off and just start the day in a manner that's pleasing for you.
Work on your goals, read, create content, anything to take you to the next level. And so you're helping your clients through Empower Dentist. Obviously there's not only things that the practice for systems and hiring and profitability, but this is something that you help offices with is inspiring them, empowering them to get up early. Is this part of the program?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's it I I believe that if you live your life first in a positive, grateful, constructive manner, that your business will just by default be successful. Because like you said, you pointed out, get up in the morning and read.
Hmm.
That's a big part of it. So my focus is helping you take back your life, and then your business will almost without seeming effort just flourish because you set the tone for the day. It is your business, all of your employees, all of your reports, anybody, I don't care if you're in dentistry, what industry you're in, you set the tone. And if your tone is nasty from the get-go, your business is going to be nasty from the get-go. So you set the tone. So yes, I absolutely help my clients with this. And it's really important that they understand that life comes first. And yes, to answer your question specifically, yes, we do help our clients with the consulting part of their practice. Systems, um, good case presentation skills if you're in healthcare, sales skills if you're not in healthcare, goal setting, uh, KPI or indices tracking, all of those kinds of things to help your business be successful. And so those two things in combination are pretty, I would say, a deadly combination, in a good way. They're gasoline for a fire. Um, but it really starts with you. It really starts with you getting your life put together in a fashion that means something for you. Because I don't care how successful you are in business, if you're a miserable old cuss, it really, no matter how successful your business is, if you're miserable, you're going to be miserable. It's just no amount of money, no amount of business success will drag you out of being miserable. And that's so often we see people, I mean, you see it in your business, I see it in mine. We encounter people who they're making wheelbarrows full of money and they're miserable. They aren't happy. So this idea that money can't buy happy, or that money does buy happiness, I'm sorry, um, is totally bunk. If you're miserable, no amount of money is going to make you happy. If you're happy, then all the money in the world only magnifies how happy you already are.
Yeah.
And people get that backwards so often, and our society gets that backwards.
It's powerful stuff. We were talking about it earlier. And by the way, you mentioned coffee in your morning routine. And it's like one of the first things I do is go make hot green tea and the double espresso. Obviously, the first sip is the best in the morning. But I remember you telling me, don't you have like a special coffee app or what's your whole thing around the coffee?
So I'm kind of I don't know if I'm a coffee snob or not, but I do like good coffee.
Oh yeah.
And there's a shop here in Bend. It's a local outfit called Strictly Organic Coffee. Um, and they roast all their own coffee. It's organic, really nicely done. And I happen to like espresso. So I said I pushed the button on the coffee maker. That was a little bit of glossing over. I grind my espresso. I make it every time I drink it. There's nothing, never drink an old cup of coffee. That's part of my morning routine is I really enjoy making my coffee. And I do that
Oh,
before I go to the
same,
gym.
same.
Isn't it? It's what do you like about the morning coffee routine?
For me, I mean, so I have an espresso machine. No, it's a Lavazza machine actually. Is it a Lavazza
Okay.
machine? Yeah, it's a Lavazza machine. Um, and I just love the sound of it. I feel like the smell of the coffee. So it's from Torino, Italy, the coffee. So I love the smell
Ooh.
of it. Um, and I have read a few places like you want to push that first sip of coffee but it's hard to resist. So, the green tea for a little alpha and some espresso. I just love the sound of the machine. I mean, it's just part of the routine. I mean, the taste of it, my coffee cup. I mean, it's just a great I mean, I love it. Yeah, and I'm the same way. Like later in the day, I'm gonna make a fresh one,
Oh
right?
yeah.
I mean, you
Oh,
saw us at the
absolutely.
hotel a few weeks ago. I think you're like, dude,
Yeah.
how many espressos did you have? I'm like, I don't even know. It's just like you come back to the room after a couple hours and let's make another doppio. Let's make a fresh one.
Yeah, yeah. Old coffee is it should be dumped out.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you've tried this. Are you familiar with an upside down Americano?
No, what's that?
Okay. Try this sometime. You're going to do that. You're going to do you're going to make an Americano two different ways. You're going to add the espresso to a cup of hot water.
Okay.
And the other one, you're going to add hot water to an espresso.
Oh, nice.
They taste markedly different.
Interesting. Just
The
the order of it, huh?
Yes, I when I first learned about this, yep, from my buddy Steve at the gym, I thought, oh, baloney, it's all the same. No, it's not. Try it. Okay,
Wow.
try it. I got nothing to lose. Worst that's gonna happen is I'm gonna dump out 1 cup of coffee. So I tried it. The upside down, which is where you add the coffee to the hot water, it's much smoother, doesn't have the bite. Um, you get more of the flavors of the coffee come through. It's it's pretty remarkable.
That's pretty profound, though, don't you think, in life and in business, and especially at the practice? You just change the order of the routine and you could have a totally different outcome.
I love how you just took that up in altitude. That you're absolutely right. It's a great metaphor for everything. Turn what you're currently if what you're currently doing is working, try turning it upside down. See what happens.
What else could be jet fuel for an office or a clinician or a team to have next level success?
You as the leader coming in on fire, showing up at the office, grateful to be there, grateful that you have patients on the schedule today, grateful that your team is there. At least I hope you have team members that you're grateful are there. Um, and I think gratitude, just showing up with gratitude and care for those around you. I think it you can't quantify the degree to which that is so critical to the feeling that your patients get when they come in the door, to the loyalty that your team demonstrates to you. That's the jet fuel is gratitude.
Oh man, showing up with gratitude. Any summer recommendations, summer book recommendations for our amazing listeners to pick up any books you love and recommend?
Well, I just finished reading your book, which I think was you gave me a copy when we were down in LA.
By the way, that is the most slick plug in the history of podcasts. I can't believe you just plugged my book. That's hilarious. Thank you
It's
so much. It's
it's a
hilarious.
it's a great book.
Best
Where
best dental marketing. Thank you.
no, it's I think it's phenomenal.
That's so
Um,
sweet of you. Thank you.
I happen to have a friend in the business who gave me your book, uh, for those that are not that fortunate, where would they find it?
You're hilarious, buddy. Um, Dentainment.com, free book we're offering. You just pay for shipping. Top of dentainment.com, or if you go to bestdentalmarketing.com, you can grab a copy on Amazon.
That's dentalmarketing.com or Dentainment. That's Dentainment.
You're hilarious, buddy.
By the way, I love your new logo. I really
Oh
do.
man, thank you so
It's so
much.
clean. Yeah, super clean. I love
Thank
it.
you. Yeah, I tell you, before you answer the question about the book, the doing a rebrand, a refresh, and a logo is such a fun process. Our logo we had for a while, pretty much the exact same it was since I started the agency years ago, and it just pivoted a little bit. But recently I'm like, oh, like we need to do a rebrand, and I kept getting version after version after version from one of our amazing graphic designers, Christine, and I just thought like I'm not going to change until I love it. And I just gave her we were getting close, and the note I gave to her said, just make it fatter, meaning just push the letters together. It just needs to be a little tighter together, the letters. And the fatter made it a little more bubbly and rounder corners. It was like a subtle note, and it went from like a serious tone to like more of just like a techie fun vibe. And I woke up the next morning, looked at the file, I'm like, oh my gosh, obsessed, wrapped. And so, yeah, if anyone listening out there is considering redoing a logo brand refresh, I highly recommend it. It's like the first time you think about it, you should do it because it means you don't love the brand, right? And so
Yeah.
it's a really fun process, especially, and it's a fruitful process as long as you get a logo and a brand idea identity you love and your team loves is on board with, and it can really bring some fresh energy to the whole practice with the marketing, with the team uniforms, with the website, all that. So thanks for mentioning that, dude. I love the logo as well. I'm really excited about it.
I'm going to shut up here in a second, but I think that you bring up a key point. You rebrand, make a new logo. It's the same one, it's been out on your sign for the last 20 years, and
Mhm.
make a new logo, put up a new sign, and I will be willing to bet that at least 5 people will call you the first day that sign is up and say, "Hey, are you new? I didn't know you were there." And in the back of your head, you're thinking, "Well, we've been here for 20 years. Put up a new sign with a new logo. You will get more drive-by traffic than you knew was driving by." Just like your logo, it catches people eye. It's a new logo. They've seen Dentainment for 10, 15, 20 years, however long, probably at least 15 years. The new logo, they're like, "Oh, a new dental marketing company, huh?
Yeah, and
Who's
this is
that
what
doing?"
you're right. And here's what I'm recommending for a lot of our clients who need a new logo is less is more. Like you don't have to be Nike and have this fancy icon or mark. If you look at some of the most amazing successful brands in dentistry right now, whether it's Panda Dental or Dentology or some of these big successful companies, it's just the word. So don't feel like you got to have this fancy logo with icons and verbiage. I saw a logo a few weeks ago with a practice on a call. They literally had in their logo like the services they provided, the amount of reviews. I was like, oh, they're trying to literally tell the entire story and convert with the logo. No, 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 no. So our whole thing now is almost like I feel like this is where a lot of design is going is if you're not sure like what it should be or if you need remove it like less is more so obsess about a beautiful font choice typeface that represents your office obsess about the color palette and maybe a little subtle nuance to the logo for like when you looked at it you could tell maybe the vibe or the messaging but don't feel like you got to have icons and words and slogans and all this stuff on a logo you could tell that story in other areas throughout the marketing on the websites. The logo itself should definitely be clean, modern, and minimalistic. At least that's our approach.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And everybody who gets out of bed in the morning knows exactly what you're talking about. We all see marketing every day, and there's just so much crammed in there. You drive by a billboard, and there's 14 things written on it. Well, you're
Right.
going 60 miles an hour, for heaven's sake. How in the world are you ever going to get everything that's on that billboard? Super clean, super simple, phone number, whatever, but that's it.
Yeah,
Just clean and simple. One word,
exactly.
one word, billboard, one word that somebody can remember. They'll Google that when they get home. They'll, "What on earth is that Dentainment? What is
Yes.
that?" And they'll look it up, and a few of them will be dentists, and they'll call you.
Yeah.
But if that's all that's there, I think it's so powerful. Less is more. You really nailed it.
Less is more.
Less is more.
So
Yeah.
I don't want to forget you got any of those book recommendations for our audience?
Um, One that I just got and I haven't read yet. I've read some snippets from it that inspired me to buy it. It's called "The Wealth Money Can't Buy" by Robin Sharma.
Mm. Same author
Um,
as the 5 a.m. Club.
Same author as the 5 a.m. Club, which is that's a great one too. That's what helped me develop um, the morning routine that or inspired me to develop the morning routine that I'm able to start my day in such a great headspace because of that. So yeah,
Love that.
5 a.m. Club was great. Wealth Money Can't Buy. I'm looking forward to reading that. And another one, you get me started about books and we'll be here all day. Um, Another one that I absolutely love is by Rick Rubin, and it's called The Creative Act.
Yeah, the creative act. By the way, think about less is more. I love the cover of that book. Right, it's just clean.
It would be difficult. The only way you could make that more clean would is just have it blank.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, anything Rick Rubin has done that you can consume. I would say consume it. I've listened to a lot of his podcasts. Um, yeah, I think the guy is a true genius.
This is else something else I got out of his whole documentaries and podcasts I enjoy with Rick Rubin is like if you go into like a music studio where people record albums, there's like carpeting, candles, lighting, everything and everything to create a creative environment. So when the artists come in there, they feel empowered to take risks and come up with new insights and combinations, right?
Absolutely. And that plays right into what I was talking about creating a morning routine for yourself.
Right. But I feel like entrepreneurs, dentists, teams, Why don't we all have settings
Good.
that inspire us in our creative? And I've tried to do that with my home office as much as possible. I feel like it's pretty inspiring. But like anyone
It
listening
is.
now, you don't have to be like a rock star to have like an environment that is inspiring and cool and helps you be more productive. So I know we're running on a tangent here, but that's one really important thing I learned from Ruben is the setting where you're doing most of your work needs to be inspiring, needs to be comfortable for you and uplift you so you can do really, really great work.
Yeah. When was the last time you remodeled your dental office? For those of you listening, uh, when was the last time put some new paint on the walls, hung
Hmm.
up some new pictures?
Yeah,
Make it, make it yours.
totally.
Make it yours. People, even if people aren't particularly, if it's not their jam, your patients, that's fine. It's yours. You're the one who has to be there every day. Make it a place you love to be.
Braman, you're so spot on, dude. You're so inspiring, man. Thank you so much for sharing.
Hey man, always a pleasure. Thank you for your time. I'm looking forward to whenever we cross paths again, it will be good. I know that.
Always, always a pleasure, my friend. And thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Buzz. Real quick, Brad, how could people find out about Empowered Dentist and get a hold of you?
Just go to Empowered Dentist, one word, two D's, empowereddentist.com. And right there, you can book a call with me. I'd love to chat with you and see, how what we could do to help you take back your life and really create something that a legacy that you can leave this world a better place that is includes, but is much more than just money.
Beautiful stuff. Brad, thank you once again. And thanks again, everyone, for tuning into this episode of Buzz. Keep up the truly inspiring work, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Take care.
Create stunning commercials in minutes. With Waymark high-performance video templates, now anyone can make premium videos fast. To start your first month for free, please visit waymark.com/dental.